Wow, good day, amazing viewers. You're welcome to another session on Mczaines Learning Space. So today we're going to look at another aspect of profit and loss, which is word problems and profit and loss. So we've seen the first part, okay, and the formula to use in profit and loss. So this time around we're looking at when the problem is given in sentential form, how do we deal with it? And that's what we want to look at in this part. So, the first thing we need to take note of, two terms are important to us in profit and loss, which are selling price and cost price. Now, in terms of percentage, cost price is always 100%, okay? Cost price is always 100%. When the trader is making a profit, the percentage of the selling price will be 100 plus the profit percent. When the trader is making a loss, the percentage of the selling price will be 100 minus the loss percent. So I need you to hold this point as we move ahead here. So the first problem, by selling a towel for $690, a profit of 15% was made. What was the cost price of the towel? By selling, so this is the selling price. By selling, this is the selling price. A profit of 15% was made. What was the cost price? So the cost price is a question here. So let's go. Cost price, CP, we don't know, but we understand it to be 100%. Selling price, we have it, which is $690, is equal to, what will be the selling price? The percentage of this selling price. It will be this cost price plus 15%. Okay? 100% plus 15. So this one will give us 115%. Okay? So at this point, we can bring out the terms that we have. Bring out the terms that you have. CP is 100%. Okay? 690 is equal to 115%. So from here, we will determine the cost price. So we can do cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. When you do cross multiplication, you're going to have CP, okay, times 115 is equal to 690 times 100. We need CP. We're going to divide both sides by 115. Dividing both sides by 115. When you do that, this one will take off. So CP will be equal to 690 times 100 all over 115. Now let's divide. 5. 5 in 115. 5 in 115, we have 23. 5 in 100, we have 20. Okay? Learn your multiplication table, okay? 23 here, 1. 23 in 69. That is 3. In 0, 0. When you do the multiplication, CP, right, is going to be $600. So you can see that the cost price is lower than the selling price. And that is why the businessman or woman in this place is making a profit of 15%. And that's the answer for the CP. That's all. Okay? Now, we can now use this idea to solve the second problem. Now, let's look at the second problem. A man bought a shirt for 800 naira and later sold it at a loss of 2.5%. Determine the price at which he sold the shirt. So in this case, we are looking for the selling price. We have the cost price. And a loss of 2.5% was made. So the same process, but we need to be careful. Now, I'm going to clean this while we solve the second problem. I hope you're following. If there's any problem, please put it in the chat box. I'm going to attend to it. A man bought a shirt for 800 naira. That is the cost price. So cost price is given 800 naira. 800 naira. And what will be the percentage? Percentage will be 100%. Okay? And later sold it at a loss. Determine this price at which it was sold. That is the selling price. We don't know it, we're looking for it. So what will be the percentage of the selling price in this case? There's a loss here. So it will be 100 minus 2.5%. And this one will give us 97.5%. Okay? So change this to mixed fraction. Change this to mixed fraction. So 97 times 2. 97 times 2 will give us 194. Okay? Plus 1. That is 195 all over 2. Is that okay? 195 all over 2. That is this. Does it make some sense? So I can now say 800, okay, is equal to 100%. SP, which is our target, is equal to 195 all over 2%. Okay? Percent, we cancel percent. Now we can use our cross multiplication. Okay? So cross multiply. When you cross multiply, this times this. SP, okay, times 100 will be equal to 800, okay, times 195 all over 2. Does it make some sense? Look at this fraction. You don't need to be afraid, okay? Treat the fraction the way it is, right? So 2 here, 1, 2 here, 400. So we have SP times 100 is equal to 400 times 195. We need the value of SP. We need the value of SP. So we're going to say dividing both sides by 100. Okay? Dividing both sides by 100. When we do that, we're going to have SP to be equal to 400 times 195 all over 100. So these two zeros, we cancel these two zeros. So the next thing we have is to multiply 4 and 195. To multiply 4 and 195. So simply, we can quickly do it here. 195 times 4, okay? 195 times 4. 4 times 5, 2. We're carrying 2, okay? 4 times 9, that is 36. We have 6. We're carrying 3. 4 times 1, 4 plus 3, 7. So the selling price is equal to, what do we have? 760 naira. So that is the selling price in this case. You can see that the cost price is 800. The selling price is 750. So the person dealing in this business is actually making a loss. So this is the end of word problems on profit and loss. So I leave you to do the third question and provide your answer in the chat box. So I'm going to see you in the next class. Thank you.